Alek Manoah, the man who finished third place in Cy Young voting last year, found himself on the All-MLB team, and struck out 3 in his lone inning of work in the All-Star game, looks to be shut down for the rest of the season, with multiple sources stating this. But I want to hone in on what Ben Wagner, the radio play-by-play announcer for the Toronto Blue Jays, had to say about this, because he brought up the extremely shocking and scary truth behind his demotion. You are going to want to hear this. When he joined the Blair and Barker podcast last night, he was asked about the recent news regarding Alek Manoah, saying from the time he got sent down on August 11th until now, he has not pitched, not a bullpen or a side session. Something we kind of already knew, but not for the reason why. Ben went on to explain that this was because he and his camp were frustrated with the Blue Jays leadership for the decision to opt him back to the minor leagues. They felt that the best thing for him is to try and figure it out at the major league level, which to me is a little ridiculous. When you're in the midst of a wildcard race and you have a pitcher pitching to the tune of a 5.87 ERA in 19 starts, you just cannot keep them on the roster. This isn't 2019 anymore, where only development mattered. It's 2023 and the Blue Jays had their eyes set on the World Series before this year. But anyways, this is why there was a 2-week gap between Manoah getting demoted, failing to report to AAA, and then eventually figuring it out and heading to Buffalo. All because the Jays front office and Manoah couldn't agree on a path to pursue. And perhaps the biggest news from this podcast came from the question of whether or not the relationship between the Jays and Manoah will be damaged. To which Ben said, the memory will be very long on this decision, and that it is one that will definitely linger. So let's take a moment to digest this. Alek Manoah was frustrated he was optioned due to his poor performances, has not pitched in a month because of this disagreement, and the relationship between the Jays and Manoah is damaged. Oh boy. Suddenly, the reports that came out a month ago about teams inquiring about Alek Manoah this winter have become a lot more real. However, I do think it would be silly to sell him at his lowest of lows when he's a Cy Young contender at his peak. But if the relationship is as tarnished as it seems to be, then he can request a change of scenery. And if he does, then Ross Atkins would have no choice but to at least listen to offers. Somehow this whole Alek Manoah situation got 10 times worse in the past day, something I genuinely couldn't have imagined being possible. But as I end this video, let me leave you with this. As David Price once said, if you don't like it, pitch better. That should be something hanging up in Manoah's house, because he could seriously use it. But anyways, I want to hear your voice in the comments section about this whole situation. And also, if you want to check out a video about Kevin Kiermaier making a huge claim, then click on this little pop-up right here.